Oil paint. I've been a painter for a long time now. I occasionally do other things as well, but yeah, painting is my primary. I think just really from the earliest age I can remember, I was interested in art, especially painting, looking at it from a young age, and I think in high school decided I really wanted to pursue it. I think about that a lot. I think it's sort of mysterious what will compel somebody to continue on a path through a long period of time. I don't know if I have a really good answer for that, except I feel sort of compelled to do it. To me, painting is kind of a way of knowing, or a way of kind of figuring out what I think or what I believe or what my response is to any particular situation in a way. I want to know, I want to understand, and for me, painting is a way of knowing. The body of work I'm making now, I think is pretty personal in terms of in a way it's kind of a reflection or an investigation of what does compel me to make images, and maybe thinking about where do they come from. I tend to work in kind of bodies of work or series of works. I'll work a certain way for a while until the energy runs out, and then see what happens next. It's very important. I've maintained a studio for a really long time now, and I think it's important for a lot of different reasons. I have a lot of crap, for one thing, so just as a place to have your stuff. I like Boise. I definitely have, I feel like I'm part of a community here of artists, curious people who support each other and are interested in what other people are doing. Sometimes when I'm painting, I'll have rags that get saturated with paint and oil and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll pin them to the wall to give them a chance to dry, so I don't leave piles of dirty rags around. And I just found myself kind of staring at one of them the way one sort of absent-mindedly stares at it, basically anything, and as a way of kind of inviting images to sort of emerge, cloud gazing, or the famous description that Leonardo wrote of, staring at the water stains on the ceiling until, an entire world sort of emerges. So I found myself kind of doing that, and at the same time thinking about what has influenced me, especially in terms of writers. I didn't want to necessarily try to take on other painters, and using this image of the rag as a way of kind of having almost an emblem for that idea within each painting. And in the same way that an image will coalesce out of some random arrangement like that, thinking about how images sort of emerge from the substrate of a painting itself, and at the same time thinking about these writers who've sort of occupied my mind in a way over many years, that just don't go away, that kind of are always there, and how that, I think in a way that's a great thing. I think most people think of, art as just positive, and artists' relationship to other artists as being, inspirational, but I think it can be a little more complex and ambivalent, I guess you'd say. So these paintings I think are a way of trying to grapple with a lot of these different ideas at the same time. I think it can help one, make sense of their world, their existence, create meaning in your life. And then, and hopefully that experience gets communicated to others through the work, ideally. It is, I think, ultimately about connecting. What's going to help us understand and give ourselves meaning, if not art? When I'm 6 feet under, I think. I don't have any plans of retiring, if that's what you mean, yeah. And I think everybody always, you go through periods of being productive and being fallow, and I think that's inevitable, but since I'm not doing it as a way of making a living, and that's not my main goal, I don't know why I would ever stop.